No, I'll just go back to my relatives. It's fine. And Moses is like, but you're so good at seeing. You're such a good seer. I can barely see anymore. But you're just actually incredible at seeing, Hobab. Please stay. Hey, folks. Welcome to Joel Reads Bible. I'm Joel. Hey, hello. Hi. Welcome to Joel Reads Bible. I'm Joel, and I read Bible so that you don't have to. And we are reading the book of Numbers. That's right. I'm reading the whole entire Bible. If you're new here, start from Genesis 1. I'm reading the whole thing, and we're now at Numbers 10. And it's probably not going to make any sense until you read the story in Genesis 12 where Abraham pimps his wife, or should I say Abram. So go catch up on the Genesis playlist, Exodus and Leviticus playlists, and then come back here and finally get to Numbers 10. We've just had a reiteration last chapter of the Hebrews are going to be walking around with the tabernacle whenever Yahweh gets off of the tabernacle as a cloud, and then they're going to go follow the cloud, and then he's going to stop, and then they're going to build it, and then he's going to lay it back on it. So we just got that reiteration. Along with a biblical contradiction about who's allowed to eat the Passover. But if you want to learn more about that, go watch Numbers chapter 9. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. We're going to get right into Numbers chapter 10. Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, "Take 2 trumpets of silver. You shall make them of beaten work. You shall use them for the calling of the congregation and for the journeying of the camps. When they blow them, all the congregation shall gather themselves to you at the door of the tent of meeting. If they blow just one, then the princes and the heads of the thousands of Israel shall gather themselves to you. When you shall blow an alarm, the camps that lie on the east side shall go forward. When you blow an alarm the second time, the camps that lie on the south side shall go forward. Then you shall blow an alarm for their journeys. But when the assembly is to be gathered together, you shall blow, but you shall not sound an alarm." All right, so this is a lot of detail. This is basically a bugle. So he's like, get a trumpet, 2 silver beaten trumpets, blow the trumpets that have been beaten. And if you don't think that that's an innuendo, let's all go to the tabernacle, go to the tent of meeting. And I guess they have too many people, so they have to take shifts, go there at different times. Just logistical. "The sons of Aaron, the priest, shall blow the trumpet. This shall be to you for a statute forever throughout your generations. When you go to war in your land against the adversary who oppresses you, then you shall sound an alarm with trumpets. Then you will be remembered before Yahweh your God, and you will be saved from your enemies." Now, I always like to point out when it says, "This shall be to you for a statute forever throughout your generations." So forever and ever, amen, throughout all of their generations, the sons of Aaron the priest shall blow the trumpets. I'll be the first to say this is going to be a little bit petty. Trumpets is going to be, time-stamped, isn't it? It's going to be like certainly of a time. He could have mentioned air raid sirens or something. Like it's always trumpet? Like you're not going to improve on that in any sort of way sonically. It's like if everyone gets a text on their phone, I don't know if anybody does that now, or it's just like, okay, time to go, or like an alert. Like, if there's a missing person, I get an alert on my phone. What Yahweh doesn't know about the future. This is and I know it's petty because these people wouldn't understand it if he mentioned it. But also don't say it's forever. Say you shall blow your trumpet or some sort of effective noise maker. There may be an improvement on the technology of trumpets over time. I'm just saying it just seems very of a time, and I just like pointing that out, that the thing that is very much of a time is something he's saying you will do forever. It's stupid. Even for the people at the time, it's stupid, by the way. No foresight, right? Like if we were writing things today, do you think that we'd be like, by the way, you shall use cell phones forever? Don't you think we'd be like, until there's newer technology, like put in there a clause, like, of course there would be newer technology. If there's teleporting, we'll like update it. You will text only with T9 because it's quicker. It's like, anyway, you get what I'm saying. It seems very silly to do this for God, especially knowing where the technology will go. Also, in the day of your gladness and your feast, and in your set feasts, and in the beginning of your months, you shall blow the trumpets over your burnt offerings and over the sacrifices of the peace offering. And they shall be to you for a memorial before your God. I am Yahweh your God. I am Yahweh your God. You shall blow trumpets over your burnt offerings. Like as if these burnt offerings weren't questionable enough. And again, this might just be burnt to a crisp. That's fine, as long as you're not going to eat it. But if it's something you're going to eat, and there's going to be spittle that comes out of a trumpet. I just don't want someone spitting on my food. Like I don't know how it would be holy or pure or any of these things if someone spat all over it with a trumpet. It sounds like it'd be kind of gross, and you wouldn't want that. But this, again, could just be them spitting all over the the sacrifice that is just burnt for Yahweh because he loves the smell of burning flesh. That might be the case, which, yeah, I would spit on it just to say F you, Yahweh, for burning all of our animals. For goodness sakes, why'd you require this, you nut? In the second year, in the second month, on the 20th day of the month, the cloud was taken up from over the tabernacle of the covenant. The children of Israel went forward on their journeys out of the wilderness of Sinai. So finally they're leaving the mountain of Sinai. And the cloud stayed in the wilderness of Paran. They first went forward according to the commandment of Yahweh by Moses. First, the standard of the camp. Okay, this is going to be what we've already had. We already know this, but it looks like it's doing it quite quickly. So we're going to prattle this off. And I think that this is going to be the rule of JRB moving forward, where if this is something we already know, I'll just say it as quick as I can. First, the standard of the camp of the children of Judah went forward according to their armies. Nashon, the son of Amminadab, was over his army. Nethanel, the son of Zor, was over the army of the tribe of the children of Issachar. Eliab, the son of Helon, was over the army of the tribe of the children of Zebulun. The tabernacle was taken down, and the sons of Gershon and the sons of Merari, who bore the tabernacle, went forward. The standard of the camp of Reuben went forward according to their armies. Eliezer, the son of Shedir, was over his army. Shelumiel, the son of Zurishaddai, was over the army of the tribe of the children of Simeon. Eliasaph, the son of Deuel, was over the army of the tribe of the children of God. And the Kohathites set forward, bearing the sanctuary. The others set up the tabernacle before they arrived. Yeah, because they don't let the Kohathites see what's going on. The standard of the camp of the children of Ephraim set forward according to their armies. Elishama, the son of Ammihud, was over his army. Gamaliel, the son of Pedahir, was over the army of the tribe of the children of Manasseh. Abidan, the son of Gideoni, was over the army of the tribe of the children of Benjamin. The standard of the camp of the children of Dan, which was the rear guard of all the camps, set forward according to their armies. Ahiezer, the son of Ammishaddai, was over his army. Pagiel, the son of Achran, was over the army of the tribe of the children of Asher. Ahira, the son of Enan, was over the army of the tribe of the children of Naphtali. Thus were the travels of the children of Israel according to their armies, and they went forward. Moses said to Hobab, the son of Reuel the Midianite, Moses' father-in-law, "We are journeying to the place which Yahweh said, I will give to you. Come with us, and we will treat you well, for Yahweh has spoken good concerning Israel." He said to him, "I will not go, but I will depart to my own land and to my relatives." Now, I don't know why Hobab is there. Hobab is Moses' brother-in-law, if it wasn't clear. No mention of him before, right? He just comes out of the clear blue sky. So if he doesn't go with them and we never hear from him again, this is the dumbest thing that I've ever read in the Bible. And there's a lot of dumb things. I'm saying something. Okay, let's see. There's got to be a reason why he's inviting Hobab and Hobab is saying no. Let's see what happens. I shouldn't jump to conclusions, but I'm just so ready for just something completely redundant and pointless to happen in the Bible because it's just like constant. Moses said, "Don't leave us, please, because you know how we are to encamp in the wilderness, and you can be our eyes." Maybe Hobab has great eyes. "It shall be if you go with us, yes, it shall be that whatever good Yahweh does to us, we will do the same to you." So I think this is like, hey man, like Yahweh gives all of us free manna from heaven and quail. We'll give some to you. If he tells us to throw a piece of wood into a little river of bitter water and it turns sweet, you can have a drink. You know, whatever we get, you can have too. You got great eyes, Hobab. Never heard of Hobab before, but it turns out that he's quite good at looking at things. I'm picturing him with like extra big eyes, kind of a little bulged out. "No, I'll just go back to my relatives. It's fine." And Moses is like, "But you're so good at seeing. You're such a good seer. I can barely see anymore. But you're just actually incredible at seeing, Hobab. Please stay." They set forward from the Mount of Yahweh. Now there's the Mount of Yahweh. Okay. I'm guessing it's Sinai again, but now they've just renamed it. 3 days' journey. The Ark of Yahweh's covenant went before them 3 days' journey to seek out a resting place for them. Okay, so is somebody carrying the Ark of Yahweh's covenant, or it's floating? Like, how is that working? "The cloud of Yahweh was over them by day when they set forward from the camp. When the ark went forward, Moses said, 'Rise up, Yahweh, and let your enemies be scattered.'" I really want Moses to talk like that, but I don't know if it's right. It's also like you would just never understand what he's saying. "Rise up, Yahweh, and let your enemies be scattered. Let those who hate you flee before you." When it rested, he said, "Return, Yahweh, to the 10,000s of the thousands of Israel." I guess what we're getting here, more or less, is just a setup for them to start their wandering. But it's not just wandering. It's wandering with a heavy emphasis on the war element, right? Because it's always like the army, everyone's army, all the different armies in front or behind or checking the flank. Where are you guys going? What are you going to be doing? You know, the ark moves forward, make sure everything's safe. I don't know how the ark has a body or something like that. It seems weird, but I think we're going to learn a little bit more about how the ark is carried and stuff like that. But it goes forward ahead. Okay, we can stop here. Cloud. You know, I was questioning this last chapter of like, why the 2 days, 3 days, whatever. And it seems like maybe my guess was right. That they are making sure that there's going to be a safe resting place. It doesn't say safe here, but 3 days journey, seek out a resting place for them. Maybe it's just the type of terrain they need. But I think that this let your enemies be scattered thing is let those who hate you flee before you. I think this is all setting us up for something. I think this is another little piece of Christianese, dare I say, built into the text, and the Christians take this one to heart. They really own this one. And I don't know if it exists in the same way in Judaism, but it certainly does in Christianity. Let those who hate you flee before you. The people that are going to be fleeing before the Hebrews in this book probably don't know Yahweh. They don't hate him. They've never heard of him. They just don't know about this God, right? And that's the way most non-Christians are. Or they've heard of him, they just don't believe in him. That's the way I'm sure every secular, if you will, person is. They just don't buy it, or they're indifferent. They've never been raised to believe that it's true. They think of it as the same as Santa Claus or the Tooth Fairy. They don't hate you. No one is hating you. That's going to be very rare, because I would require them to believe in you. If you're not for me or against me, it's like, calm down, all right? These are just people living their lives. And yeah, I agree. Some of them are doing horrible things, by the way. If the propaganda is to be believed, they're sacrificing children to other gods. But some of them, I'm sure, are just like living their lives. So calm down, okay? Yahweh. That's Numbers chapter 10. And thank you for joining me. If you haven't subscribed, please do that. Like this video, leave me a comment, and we will see you next time for the Numbers 1 to 10 recap. It's probably going to be thrilling.